Yeah.
You been watching lately?
No.
He had the Hawk Tua girl on. That was ridiculous.
That's hilarious.
That was ridiculous. It really was.
The-
Like, that was the most boring podcast I've ever seen.
The Paching girl. The Pating.
Yeah, pating. That's what Red Bar says, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Red Bar's coverage of Bill Maher and Hawk Tua was so, I mean, he was just highlighting how boring it was. Like, Bill Maher's got no business talking to a girl like that. Really does not. Of all the people, he must have paid her pretty good.
Do you think, I always wonder what money changes hands in those type of situations. Do you think he paid her to be on there?
Had to. Hawk Tua would not just go on Bill Maher's podcast. Of all podcasts in the whole world, she was just on stage with Shaq doing like a DJ event. She was just making $30,000 at a Las Vegas club.
Dude, Bill Maher's fucking famous.
Yeah, he is. Yep. And he thinks he's such a cool dude. It's so apparent that he thinks he is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, he's like trying to smoke weed and drink with like pregnant people and stuff. I like when he was like, sometimes you can tell people go on the show and they're like, oh shit, I thought I was going on real time.
Yeah,
You're like,
right.
I'm on this fucking thing in this
Damn, I'm in his basement.
Yeah.
What's going to happen right now? Yeah, that must be so unsettling.
Who was the old guy that was falling off the chair on Red Bar?
Is it Richard Dreyfuss? Is that the word?
That might be it.
That's what comes right to my mind. But yeah, that is like, yeah, let's lean into our chairs like Richard Dreyfuss tonight and just be really relaxed.
so relaxed.
So Jack, your new man. Everybody, shout out to Jack, Papa. He's Papa-ing tonight. How's it feel though? Honestly, he's a father. Everybody, he's a new father, first time.
Feels good.
Recommended?
Oh yeah, happy baby. He's chilling.
Nice.
He just eats and poops and sleeps.
You look tired. Ha ha ha. Dad joke.
Ah man, I don't ever want anyone to ever tell me they're tired again. I don't ever want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. They hate that shit.
What was that? You were in Salisbury, birthed it?
Yeah.
Or in Del Mar somewhere.
Wouldn't recommend.
The Del Mar Hospital.
Wouldn't recommend the Salisbury Hospital.
Really? Where would you go? Baltimore? Where else are you going to go? Ocean City?
You got to think, if you're the best doctor in the world, you're not going to be like, I'm going to live in Salisbury. Title health.
Hey, they got some pretty good Middle Easterners there working the floors.
There were.
That's what I noticed when I was in there.
What were you doing in there?
I was interning one time, and it was the worst time of my entire life. I had to do 40 hours of an intern following around a nurse, and I hated it. I really honestly hated it. It was so just like kind of disturbing. I was not cut out for it.
What position was she? Just a nurse?
Yeah, just a nurse. And like I had to do that to get into physical therapy school, and it didn't even work out for me. And hey, I'm a producer now. I'm a DJ.
What type of people was she nursing?
I mean, some of the fattest people you ever seen, like bedside people like that. I can't really remember, but I remember seeing a lot of fatties.
Interesting.
Yeah, but no, it was no fun. I could not be a hospital nurse.
What was she doing? Just taking their vitals and stuff?
Yeah, you had to take vitals, and you had to kind of just like, it was like really, really hectic, really, really busy. And yeah, I can tell why my mom didn't like it because she's a nurse too. You know that?
Yeah.
My mom's a nurse.
My mom wound up being a school nurse at the end of the day. She was like, fuck that.
That might be a little better. And
then she became a guidance counselor. I'm glad we're talking about our moms. We're going to talk about this guy's mom. So.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, it's a big mother's episode. You know, we got a doubleheader of Kill Tony bucket pools coming up. We got Jacob Marshall first up. Kill Tony 674. I got some great questions for him. He really was my number one choice from this last Kill Tony. I'm so glad that we got him, actually. We'll be sending him that Zoom link shortly.
Was that really the latest episode?
Yeah, 674 was, I think. And, you know, we're 2 weeks behind or 3 weeks behind. I can't remember. But, you know, that's the last one that was on YouTube.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I stopped watching it because I hate Sam Talent so much.
Yeah, he's gonna win. He's gonna win Guest of the Year too. I can feel it, but you know, not in my mind.
You think so?
That's my prediction. He's gonna win Guest of the Year. They can't give it to Phil again.
Who cares?
Yeah,
he can have it.
And Dr. Phil, what's his name again? Adam Ray. He tried that one woman character, and that really kind of fell flat. Do you remember that episode?
I do.
Yeah. But then his Biden was unbelievable, so he definitely got everything back with the Biden. I loved his Biden.
I don't know, man.
As much as I like Shane Gillis's Trump, I like the Biden even better. I thought that was so funny.
That shit was kind of cringe.
You thought so? I liked his faces he was doing, and I thought he really knocked it out of the park.
That's Saturday Night Live, as Red Bar would say. Remember?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Red Bar just played Saturday Night Live of them doing Biden versus Trump, and he's like, "This is Kill Tony, you guys. Everything the show everybody likes. Remember, everyone hates."
Yeah, it's
Saturday
turned into
Night
like
Live.
Saturday Night Live, Jim Carrey doing Biden. Who did Trump on Alec Baldwin did for a while, but he's not doing much of anything anymore. He's like arrested for murder.
No, he's fine, right?
Is he okay? He made it out fine with that?
He didn't do anything wrong. What are they saying?
Just sent the link over to our first guest. We'll see how long it takes him to get in here, and then we'll start this show. Papa Jack, KP, we're Mikeless tonight.
Oh, yeah, Mike's dead.
I mean, we got microphones. We ain't got Mike Tall, though. Okay, Mike is at a secret convention. Who knows what's going on there?
So he said something about his first Sona before he went. His first Sona.
First Sona?
His first Sona.
First Sona. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a persona. Okay. All right. I see what's going down.
It's at a furry convention. He asked for a litter box in the lobby. I heard.
Joe Rogan would not be happy. Joe Rogan really hates. I mean, Joe Rogan heard that one story about a kid using a litter box in school, and he really ran with it, and that really was funny. But it probably did happen. What do you think? Is that fake? Is that not fake?
It's probably fake.
Is that like the boxer in the Olympics? Like no one knows.
That's gotta be fake.
No one's got the facts.
Dude, I'm not standing for that boxer in the Olympics beating up that lady.
All right, well, we're letting Jacob in. We're going to give him some time to get his audio all hooked up and everything. We give you a little bit of time, Jacob. And whenever you're ready, just start yapping, and we'll bring you on screen.
Hey, y'all hear me?
Hey, we hear you, bro. Can you hear us, though? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear y'all.
Perfect, man. Well, we're about to start this show, do a little intro, and then bring you on screen. So, Jack, you ready for this, bro?
Sure, let me make sure I got everybody's name pulled up. Yeah, cool.
All right, here we go.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have no Michael Toll this week, so I'm trying to do what he would do. He would talk like this, right?
Yeah, we have no Mike tonight. No Mike Tall.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Probably a little shorter episode tonight. Just got a couple interviews with some Kill Tony bucket pool bros.
We got a doubleheader tonight, guys. It's going to be a good one, though. Make sure you stay tuned in.
First one's Jacob Marshall. We got Jonathan Hammel later. Let's just get in with Jacob.
All right, let's bring Jacob on screen. Jacob, are you hearing us? Are you seeing us? All right, we're going to turn up your audio there. Man, it's so good to have you here. Thank you so much. I mean, if I had to pick one bucket pool to do from the last episode, it definitely would have been you, bro. So thank you so much for coming on our show. I got a lot of questions for you. I know, Jack, you got a lot of questions too, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're all about his mom, but it's okay.
Yeah. We're going to try not to talk about your mom too much tonight, but we got a lot of mom questions. We were just talking about our moms earlier on this show. So it's a big mom episode, you know?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm down for whatever questions y'all got.
So first things first, where are you tuned in from right now?
I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area right now, specifically Denton, Texas, just north of Dallas and Fort Worth.
Very cool.
I'm outside of an open mic currently. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So you're always working, dude. You're always working.
Yeah, I stay busy.
And something I noticed from your set on Kill Tony is you didn't have many nerves, so you've been on stage a couple times. That's what I thought. Oh,
yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I've been doing it for a little over 3 years now.
Over 3 years? Yep. I got it right here in my notes. 3 years of stand-up. You're from, said you're from Dallas, Texas, but you do a lot of work in Fort Worth. You actually have a show that you put on and produce in Fort Worth, right?
Yeah, I have a few shows I produce in Fort Worth. So I say Dallas because it's one of those things where, like, I'm not from Dallas proper. I'm not from Fort Worth proper. I'm from suburbs in between. So it's just easier to say Dallas. Yeah,
you got a show, and it's called Kickback Comedy in Fort Worth, and it looks pretty successful. They got over 1,000 followers on Instagram. Looking pretty good, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we've been running that since February of this year. We're doing it every other month at the new comedy club in Fort Worth, Big Laugh. Actually, wearing the shirt right now.
Nice, man.
Coincidentally.
And, of course, guys, if you want to check it out, you can look him up on Instagram, Jacob Marshall Comedy, and he's got a bunch of links to the shows that he produces and everything. It's pretty cool. Make sure you go check it out.
Yeah.
All right, man. I got a couple questions. You want to open it up, Jack?
No, that's fine. You can go ahead. Or I mean, I noticed your joke was actually exactly 1 minute. How many times had you rehearsed it? That one. Were you ready for that one specifically to be your joke?
That joke is actually a much longer bit. I had another joke planned, but couldn't get the timing right. Like I was going to end up being done at like 45, 50 seconds. I was like, I don't want to go short. So I knew that joke ended at like a punchline at the minute mark. So yeah, and to answer your question, yes, I've done that joke a ton of times. That joke's my closer.
Nice.
But in full, that's like about a 2 minute bit.
Yeah, I saw that it was on your Instagram too. So it must be a favorite of yours. And Tony did say, what did he say at the end of it? Tony was like, man, the joke was all right. He told you you didn't do as much as you could have with it. Have you punched it up since the show?
Yeah, I definitely have improved it a little bit, and it hurt when he said that because he was exactly right. I mean, there's another minute to that joke
I
where
mean,
I
I
like
thought it was
dive
pretty good.
deeper into the premise.
Yeah, but he did say,
I
what did he say?
appreciate it.
He said the joke was okay, but you didn't really take it as far as you could and didn't really take any chances. I don't know what kind of chances you were supposed to take with that joke, but maybe you punched it
Yeah.
up a little bit since then, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I don't know. Like, if you watch it, you can see it kind of cuts me for a second, and I'm just like nodding my head, like, yeah, you're right, 100%. Like, that joke is a longer bit, and I was stupid and was like, I'm just gonna do the first half, and yeah, it's a bad strategic decision, but
Well, the first thing
Still fun.
Sam Talent said was good work. So he liked it. He looked you right
Yeah.
in the eye and said, good work.
yeah, absolutely. That was cool to hear from Sam too, because
Yeah.
I really respect Sam as a comic. So
Jack, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't like Sam that much, but I mean, it was really nice of him to treat you like that. But when
He
he
was
asked you
nice.
for your name first too, he's a proper gentleman.
Mhm.
yeah, definitely. And I mean, he was a proper gentleman, and then we got into the interview, and
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he really got out of pocket with that interview with a couple comments. I was kind of scratching my head, like, why did he even say that?
Yeah. Don't let him talk about your mother that way, man.
Yeah.
it was all jokes. It
We
was
were
all
raised
jokes.
right. We're going to be
It was all
very
good.
respectful on this interview. You got nothing to worry about with us, okay? Nothing to worry about. But we are going to talk about your mom a little bit. You got, what's her name?
Yeah, let's do
Dalee?
it.
Her name is Dalee?
Delete, yeah.
Dalee. I mean, absolutely incredible what the Kill Tony platform and the JRE platform has done for this woman.
Yeah.
Like, I think she started out 62 followers, currently 45,000 followers.
Yeah, it's nuts.
How
She is
jealous
losing her
are
mind.
you? How jealous are you on a scale of 0 to 10?
Honestly, like jealous, I don't think is the right word. Like I am genuinely excited for my mom. Like this is like a really cool thing for her. And myself and my brother have been trying so hard to like arm her to be able to like use that following to like be successful. A little difficult teaching a 54-year-old how to use Instagram, but
She looks
we're
like she's doing
working
pretty
on
good.
it. It's still not great, but we're working on it.
She looks very grateful. She actually had a video that she posted. Check this out right here. I'm sure you've seen it.
Huge shout
yeah.
out to Sam, Ari, Tony, and Red Band of the Kill Tony show
Kill
for
Tony.
their amazing performance last night. I could not stop laughing. Oh my gosh, it was so hysterical. You guys are so talented, and a special thank you to my son.
There we go.
I think you did an incredible job.
Yeah, you got the shout out too. You got the shout out for the son. I mean, you really hooked her up. You're basically her manager at this point, right?
Yeah, right. You need a percentage.
Oh yeah,
So
I turned you
gifted.
down. My bad. Let me
That
turn you back up. There we go.
Oh no, I was saying, yeah, it's absolutely nuts. Like, here's the deal. Like going into Kill Tony, like I knew I was going to talk about my mom in the interview because I'm like, this is something nobody else is talking about on Kill Tony. This is like a super, what's the word? Like it's unique. It's a unique situation that there's so much to do with and to make funny. So I knew that going into it. Did I ever expect it to result in 45,000 new followers for my mom? No.
Incredible.
No expectation.
Because not only
so-
were you on Kill Tony, I mean, Sam Talent brought you up on the great JRE. Even Jamie was
Yeah.
talking about it. Jamie literally says, that's her new single, Kissing Frogs.
Yeah.
He barely says anything. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it really went up 45,000 followers. And then on Spotify, she is up to 17,500 monthly listeners. Now, I'm a professional musician. I have 85 monthly listeners. I'm super jealous. I'm trying to get that kind of push.
so
you know
sorry.
what I mean? I got to move to Nashville, though.
Yeah.
Start kissing some
If
frogs.
If I get on Kill Tony again, I'll shout y'all out and say,
That'd be great. Yeah, say DJ KP's got a new single. Yeah, he'll love that. Tony will love that. But yeah, man, really, really loved your I thought your set was nice. I did like the Apple Watch joke.
Appreciate it, man.
You know, that was like a good story more than like a joke, but either way, it made me laugh. And
Thanks, man.
it seemed like you kind of I don't know. The feeling I was getting was you kind of were hating on your mom a little bit. Everything good there, or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
didn't want her to get
everything-
success, kind of thing.
Yeah, everything's good. I mean, the honest thing behind how I feel about my mom is like, absolutely, like it is a little bit embarrassing that like
Uh-huh.
my 54-year-old mother is releasing country music. Like, it's a little like my friends found it. They were like, "What is your mom doing?" Like, so
That's
it is a
all
little
fun,
bit
though.
embarrassing. But at the end of the, yeah, it's fun. And at the end of the day, like I am supportive. I kind of knew going into Kill Tony, like if I went on there and brought it up in a way of like, yeah, it's like really cool what my mom's doing, that wouldn't have been funny. You know,
Right.
like what's the funniest thing I can do in that moment is kind of being like I hate this and I'm
Yeah.
super embarrassed that it's happening. Like,
That's
so I
smart.
leaned, yeah, I am breaking the fourth wall a little bit on that, but definitely I was leaning into like what I thought would be the funniest reaction for the interview.
Yeah, you being a big cheerleader for your mom would have been the lamest thing ever. Yeah, good thing you kind of
yeah.
reluctancy is way funnier. So yeah, good idea,
Yeah.
bro. Really good idea there.
Yeah, and most people suck at the interview, so like so that's a good way to keep it funny.
Like I would have been nervous on Kill Tony. I don't know how some people do it, but yeah, you got a good stage presence. And one more thing about your mom, you said that she uses Chat GPT to write. They didn't really touch that during their interview. I want to get into that. Does she really be using Chat GPT and cheating like that?
It's up in the air now. I said it on the podcast. So, okay,
Nice.
I was never told directly from her that she does. I was told by my siblings that she told them she does. And the story was that she writes her music, but she doesn't know how to write in a song structure. So then she'd plug the lyrics into Chat GPT and that would structure it into a song format. She has since told all of us that she never said that and that she uses Chat
yeah.
GPT for marketing,
Wow.
not for her music. So
All right, official.
That's the official statement
don't
from
know.
the camp of Dali there.
From Dali official.
I genuinely do not know. No further questions, Your Honor.
Yeah, that was from CMT that actually sent us that one to ask.
Oh
That
yeah,
country-
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because those country fans, they want it done right. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And also, does she appreciate the support? Like, is she really on cloud 9 right now? Like, has she gotten any
yeah.
harassment online?
Well, I mean, if you've read the comments, it's gross.
Yeah, I bet.
It's
Oh yeah.
I think it's, unfortunately for her, it's not music fans following her. It's a bunch of horny old men.
Red band.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, it's Red Band. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 45,000 Red Bands.
Yep.
But she's super stoked about it. I mean, she's, like you said, on cloud 9. She already called my brother and was like, hey, so when I perform at Cowboy Stadium, will you come see me?
Hell
Nobody's offered this to
Okay.
her. She's 8,000 steps ahead of herself. But yeah,
she kind of sounds like my mom. I got a mom just like that. Very high energy, very kind of embarrassing, but you got to love it kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she's having the time of her life.
Yeah, that's all fun. That's great. I love it.
So she hasn't really come to you and been like, "Oh, I'm getting all these comments. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, nothing negative from mama."
The only negative thing is the people that think she actually has an OnlyFans, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
I told her she needs to make an OnlyFans and just put her music on there.
Yeah,
Just charge
yeah.
people like $5 a month because she doesn't have a social media team, and she's like, I can't afford one. I'm like, if you get a $5 OnlyFans and are just posting like clips of you singing and stuff like that, there's enough people that follow her that would pay that it would fund her social media team. Like,
Yeah.
so we're working on strategies.
Very cool, man. I mean, you are owed at least 50% of whatever she's getting from these Spotify streams. So hopefully you're getting that. And
The day after the episode came out, she Venmo'd me. It's like, you don't need to do that.
Oh, that's nice.
classy. Jack, you got some more questions?
I think that's it. It was mainly about her mom. You dove into most of it. Oh yeah, there was something about the boyfriend dick thing.
Yeah.
So were you really told that?
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
boyfriend dick.
I've been told that.
So do you have a bit about
Yeah.
that, or were you just working that into the conversation, or?
Uh-oh. We got a little freeze. We're gonna get him back though. We're gonna get him back.
do have a bit about it. But did I freeze up?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're back now. Now you're good.
Here.
Yeah, it's all good.
Am I back?
Yep,
Am I
you're
back?
back. You're back. Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that.
You're
Where
fine.
did y'all lose me at?
He was asking you if you have a bit about the boyfriend dick.
Yeah. So there is a bit about that, but that is also a true thing that I was told by an ex-girlfriend.
So what is that exactly? 6.5? What are we talking here?
I wish, dude.
She's a sweetheart.
Nah.
Listen to her telling you that. Oh, that's nice of her.
Oh no, she was trying to say it in like a dogging me way.
Oh,
I was
okay,
joking
okay.
around. I was like, I was like, I'm like swanging over here. She was like, it's a boyfriend dick at best. I was like,
Wow.
what does that even mean? And then she explained it to me.
Yeah, that's funnier.
Oh, yeah, and I had something else written down here. So Red Band was kind of borderline trying to hit on your mom a little bit. I had an idea. You're a redhead, right? You're a redhead.
Yeah.
How about you team up with William Montgomery and you tag team his mom, okay? If it ever comes to that, I think you got that as an option. If it ever comes to that, Red Band's still sniffing around, you got to team up with Will.
I've been known to date some single moms, so I'm down. Let's make it happen. I don't know about tag teaming with William. I don't know what I'd catch, but
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Red Band's mom has been getting it drugged through the mud for years and years, so he probably just wanted to return the favor to somebody.
Oh, for sure. And honestly, he's been super sweet to my mom. They've actually DM'd back and forth.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
I do love Red Band. He's a legend in the podcasting world, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And
absolutely.
Let's say she got really famous. We're talking Carrie Underwood. Would it bother you?
Only if I'd have to open for her.
Yeah.
No, I
That'd be a
mean,
tough
honestly, if she's killing it, it helps everybody. So I don't think it would bother me. We'll see. We'll see what that level of fame would do to her. The results of it might be what bothers me.
Cool. Well, that's all we got for your mom. All right, we're going to move on from the mom there.
You got that big joke book on you?
Oh, no, not with me. It's in my bag, packed away somewhere.
Do you use it for your jokes?
I write in my phone, and I write on stage. So, no, I just kept it as a memento. It'll be safely kept somewhere.
Yeah, they all got something
eventually.
different on them, so we're trying to get people to show them to us.
Oh, yeah, I can
Yeah.
send y'all, I'll send y'all a picture of it when I get home.
Perfect.
Cool.
Then we'll just kind of put it in post.
Yeah, I can do that for y'all.
Because you're one of the few guys who we've talked to who got a big joke book. We're normally dealing with small joke book guys, so it's kind of nice to have a real comedian on here. And I was wondering, what are some of your earliest comedic influences? We're talking movies that you grew up watching. We're talking stand-ups that you really like, early stuff that you grew up with.
That's a good question. So I'm younger. I'm 25. So comedians
real young.
Yeah, so comedians that were big for me growing up. I was a big Tosh guy. Obviously, I loved Tosh.0, but I also loved his specials on Comedy Central. I was probably in middle school, 6th grade, somewhere around there when Kevin Hart really started popping off. Those early specials, I loved those. Mulaney was big for me.
Oh, yeah.
I would say getting into stand-up, the stand-up comedians that really got me pumped to try it was Segura was a really big one.
Wow.
I
I don't think anyone likes Segura like that. So you really got inspired by Tom Segura?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a storytelling guy. So the storyteller comics were really what I enjoyed. Before I saw the Seguras, the Kreischers, the Jim Jeffries of the world, even Jim a little bit doesn't really fit the bill for what I'm about to describe. But I thought stand-up was, you have to talk about social issues, you have to talk about political issues, you have to talk about things going on in the zeitgeist. And then I saw Segura and I saw Kreischer. I was like, oh wait, it can just be stories about you and your family. It could be stories about your dating life, things like that. I was like, oh, I could do that. I was never the guy that was I'm going to talk about politics or social issues. That never interested me. But then when I saw those guys, I was like, oh, that's also stand-up. And that's actually something I'd be interested in doing.
Nice. And who is your favorite Kill Tony regular?
Favorite Kill Tony regular.
Even the new guys, even Ari and all of the guys they got now.
I'm gonna be loyal to my fellow Dallas native, and I'm gonna say Drew Nickens.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna talk about that too. So that's actually perfect segue because I was looking at your Instagram. You are followed by Drew Nickens. So I was like, they must know each other. So what's your relationship with Drew Nickens?
Oh, I mean, we've just been doing stand-up together. He's been in the Dallas-Fort Worth scene as long as I have, probably longer than me. So yeah, I mean, we've done shows together. We've been at open mics together. Drew used to work with a girl I went to high school with, so we had a weird connection outside of comedy. Yeah, Drew and I are cool. As you can tell on Kill Tony, he's the best dude on the planet, the sweetest guy in the world.
He seems really sweet.
So, oh yeah, everybody loves Drew.
Yeah, the Kill Tony fans are really starting to turn on him. How's he handling that?
I mean, he's so positive about everything that
Because
you wouldn't
of course
even
it's
know
not
that
all
it's
hate.
happening.
He has a lot of positive feedback
Yeah.
too.
But just who he is as a person, it's like I don't like. I'm sure it affects him, but you would never know from talking to him.
Nice. I mean,
Like,
he's still doing great.
always, yeah, he's always smiling, hugging everybody, like talking up everybody's like compliments out the wazoo. The dude is just always positive, 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 positive.
How many times have you booked him on your kickback comedy?
I have not booked him on my kickback comedy show. No, we've only had, this is our 4th show coming up this week. I did not have the chance to book him before he became a Kill Tony regular. And now that he is a Kill Tony regular, I cannot afford him.
Okay,
So,
no way.
That's crazy.
That's some
Yeah.
good behind the scenes right there.
Tony has rules once you become a regular on how like your minimum pay.
Wow. You can't tell us,
Yeah.
can you?
No, I can't say.
Okay, that'd be great. But yeah, Drew Nickens, I mean, another life transformed by the great Tony Hinchcliffe. You know what I mean?
Well,
100%.
boy.
How often do you sign up for Kill Tony?
That's so the episode I got on was my first time signing up in 2.5 years. The last time I'd signed up, I had also gotten on. So I technically got on 2 times in a row. They were just 2.5 years apart.
Oh wait, I haven't
but-
seen your other appearance.
Oh, you have been on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen it either. I got to check that out. What episode was that? Do you remember?
Asana Mod was the guest. It
Okay.
was still when it was at Vulcan.
We'll find it. And
I was a little baby in comedy back then too. Like I was so like in the interview, had no idea what to do. It was not a good move to go on that early as a comic.
That's why you were a little more prepared this time. That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
any behind the scenes moments that we should know about? Because who knows what could have happened on that night? Anything at the bar across the street? Anything behind that curtain?
Oh, I mean, I was behind the curtain actually longer than I was supposed to be. Well, fun fact. So I got called over during Chloe's set.
Oh yeah, she did
And
great.
she crushed. She's amazing. So typically you get called over, you get to the mothership, you're across the street at another bar, you run over to the mothership, they metal detect you in the back, take everything off of you, you leave it in a bucket with security, and then you go sit behind the curtain and you catch the last like 3-4 minutes of the interview usually. I got called over, got behind the curtain, 3 to 4 minutes left in Chloe's interview, she's killing, and the producer's like, all right, you're next. Like when they call your name, we're going to open the curtain, you're going to go out, you start your minute. It's like, okay, cool. So they're wrapping up the interview, and I see Aaron Belial coming up the stairs.
Yeah,
I'm
you were
like,
right
oh, that's
after
weird.
Aaron. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I was like, this is weird. Like, why is he walking up right now? So Chloe's interview ends. Chloe walks off stage. Nobody's told me anything. Aaron's just standing here. I'm standing here. So I'm like, okay, I'm going next. I guess Aaron's following me. And then they call the name, and I like step in front of Aaron, and they're like, Aaron Belial. And I'm like, oh, crap. So I step back, and the producer's like, oh, my bad. You got bumped. So I ended up having to sit behind the curtain for like 15 minutes, and you're like so nervous the whole time. I'm pacing. Like, there's a camera there. I'm sure they have a video of me just pacing the hallway behind the curtain.
I would be so
15
nervous, bro.
minutes.
I don't know how you did it. Iron nerves. It really seemed like you handled it perfectly.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, once you get up there, it's like the only thing you can do is what you're prepared to do. So, yeah, I mean, it makes it a little bit easier if you have the material, you know what you want to talk about, things like that. Free balling it up there is what's hard.
Yeah, seriously, right? Well, we don't have that much more for you. Don't want to take too much of your time. What comedy club are you at right now?
I'm currently outside of a bar.
Okay, it's like an open mic.
Yeah, it's just a bar open mic. It's called the Bearded Monk. Yeah, cool little spot in Denton. They do only craft beer, local craft beer on tap, and then they sell cases of local craft beer.
Very cool. We do a bunch of beer reviews, so definitely subscribe if you like that kind of thing. All right, definitely subscribe. And anything else you want to tell our fans before we let you go? We're going to let you do your thing at this open mic.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Jacob Marshall Comedy. If you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I run multiple shows in Fort Worth. I'm on shows all the time in Dallas, Plano, all over the area. And I go down to Austin multiple times a year, so you can catch me there too. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you for the time. It was great meeting y'all, and I'll get y'all a picture of that big joke book as soon as I get home tonight. So.
Sweet.
All
Thanks,
right,
dude.
Jacob. Really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. And yeah, thanks again.
Guys.
Later.
Hey, that was Jacob. That was pretty awesome. What do you think about that, Jack?
What a friendly gentleman.
Yeah, it really is. Class act. He was raised right. That mom did something right for sure.
I was just about to shout out his mom for raising him right. That's so funny.
I mean, it's the truth, man. He's a class act. I could tell. And hey, I guess I'm going to send this link to our next guy, and we're going to keep this train rolling. Double header of Kill Tony bucket pools with Papa Jack and KP, Mike Tall, A Wall.
Dude, we haven't done a show since we saw Deadpool, dude.
Oh yeah, what'd you think? You
I
want to give it
liked
a
it.
rating 0 out of 10?
I'd give it like for superhero movies, I'd give it like a really high rating.
My hopes were so high going into it. I literally thought it was going to be the greatest superhero movie of all time, but it might have been. It really might have been.
I'd give it like an 8 or a 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'd give it an 8.5. Yeah,
I don't really like superhero movies that much, so I went in not really expecting much.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was like, this is funny, and I liked it, because I saw Deadpool 2 on an airplane, so I loved it. Most of the time I watch something on an airplane, I kind of dig it because it's passing time perfectly.
Yeah, you really appreciate a movie on an airplane because you need that fucking movie. You don't want to raw dog an airplane ride. That can be
Have you seen the
tough.
trend of people doing that?
That's exactly why I say that. Yep.
Dude, that's so crazy.
That's a valuable skill, man, to kind of decompress and allow yourself to not look at a screen and just sit there for 3 hours. Harder than it looks.
There was somebody on Matt and Shane this week that just flew back from like Africa or something, and then he forgot his headphones, so he said he just raw dogged it, dude.
Yeah, that is wild.
9 hours just staring at the seat in front of him. He said, I slept like 12 minutes or something.
Dude, every day I tell myself, I'm going to put my phone down for the whole day. I can't do it. I wish I could kind of just decompress and just kind of sit there meditating Indian style for 24 hours.
My screen time is absolutely wrecked because it says I played Pokemon Go for 3 hours and 27 minutes today.
Yeah.
But I kind of just like leave it open on my counter, you know?
Should we get into screen time? I think I'm at like 11 hours right now.
My screen time is always fucked. It's like not right because I just leave Pokemon open. I'm at 6 hours and 27 minutes, but 3 hours and 27 minutes of it is Pokemon and 2 hours of it is YouTube.
Wow.
So both of those things I kind of just left open. But it's like 27 minutes on Instagram and 12 minutes on TikTok. That's 12 minutes of shitting and then 27 minutes of Instagram.
That's nothing. I'm literally on like 11 hours.
Yeah, I don't really like scroll on
I scroll and
social
scroll.
media that much.
What they call it, a death scroll?
Yeah, I binge stuff on YouTube and I play Pokemon. 25 minutes of messaging. Talking to the homies.
Hey, messaging, that's good. That's social. That's nice.
Yeah, me and the boys being real social. Talking about Scooby snacks with the boys.
Wow, man. With the childish chats over here in this guy's phone. Pokemon, Scooby snacks.
Yeah, I went to the store and Target today, and I was in the what do you call it? Like the cosmetics and stuff. Not cosmetics. First aid, isopropyl alcohol, Band-Aids.
Are you asking what that aisle would be called?
Yeah, what section is
What's
that?
that aisle called? I don't know. Medicine?
I was in that section. And abandoned on a shelf was Scooby-Doo fruit snacks. And I said, I'm going to unabandon these.
Seriously?
I took them and bought
someone
them.
just kind of ditched it there like they do. The low lives go to the grocery store.
Yeah, I took them and I bought them.
Nice.
I was like, I'm buying these abandoned fruit snacks.
They're a top 5 fruit snack of all time.
I had been off of fruit snacks, but recently I bought fruit snacks. Now I'm on fruit snacks.
Yeah, man. I did the Sharks back in the day. You ever do the Sharks?
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah.
There's one like solid color, like light blue.
Yeah,
one.
that's the weird solid, not translucent at all.
Yeah.
Opaque, white, weird. That was my favorite shark.
Scooby Doo has one too. It's like
Yeah.
blue. Yeah, that's why I say they're the same. They're so good.
I like the Auntie Anne's bunnies. You ever get those?
Those are okay.
Pure
They're
organic.
too good for you. I need some like high fructose corn syrup gelatin mixture.
Yeah, I need something hard to chew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like a little bit. Make it a little bit more waxy, please.
Seriously. Oh man.
What else? I made pigs in a blanket. You ever do that?
No.
croissant.
My mom used to make that. Speaking of moms.
Buy croissants and hot dogs and roll them up, dude.
Yep. I love a croissant though.
Oh yeah, I've been buying Pillsbury ones. Crack them open.
Shout out to the French, the
You
Olympics.
make your own
Own what?
croissants.
No way. Don't you have to like
You fold and
thin
layer,
layer,
yeah.
butter, thin layer, butter, thin layer,
It's
over
insane.
and over again?
It's insane. It's
Couldn't do that.
insanity. You buy the tube from the store.
That's why it's so good, though. It makes sense why it's so good. Croissants, man. Cronut. You ever do a cronut?
No.
I went to New York City and got a cronut one time during the fad. I don't know why I was there. I think I was visiting a friend or something.
I was in France one time, and I don't remember eating croissants. What the fuck was the matter with me?
Yeah, right. Well, the French, they're a little weird, man. They've been really showing their ass during this Olympic Games, huh?
Don't get me
Do
started.
you see that opening ceremony? So on my other podcast, I made this
Jesus.
great video reacting to the opening ceremony.
Amen.
I got so much hate through the comments of people going, "You don't know anything about French history and French culture." And I kept responding to them going, "Well, I'm learning. Y'all are weird as fuck."
Yeah.
Like, are you French? You seem French. That's what I keep telling people.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like, it's just cool to be weird.
Yeah, right. Anti-normalcy, but whatever. I don't care. But it was something weird
I
to
care.
talk about.
I care, dude. Dude, when we were in the hospital, I was watching the hell out of the Olympics. You watch the Olympics at all?
No, not this year at least. Oh, I got some clips to bring up, though, of the Olympics. Maybe we can get a few in there before this guy comes in.
I was watching water polo, dude. You ever watch that? I was
Water
going
polo.
at water polo.
Oh, that's a good sport, man. They're like tackling each other. They're dunking each other under the water. They're trying to suffocate each other.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And and I'm just thinking about their legs going like insane under the water while their heads are just popping up.
Yeah, water polo is a great sport that I bet could get some viewers if they marketed it properly. And do you know that Flavor Flav has sponsored the female water polo team?
I was watching the female water polo, and I was like, that looks like Flavor Flav. It was like Flavor Flav and Spike Lee, and I was like, trying so hard not to say in Paris. N words in Paris, dude. Come on, they're right. It's right there.
Because apparently he found out that a lot of those ladies are still working part-time jobs and stuff, and they are the current gold medal winners in the last Olympics, and they can't do it full-time.
I don't think they won this year.
No, probably not. But he's
I watched
encouraging
them-
other celebrities to sponsor Olympic teams.
Huh.
Because they're amateurs, man. They really are working side jobs and stuff. They don't got that much money.
That's interestingly admirable there, Flav.
And I got this. While we're waiting for our next guy, let's pull up this clip from the Olympics. This is one of my favorite stories at the Olympics. Dirty-ass Paris. We all know Paris be dirty, right?
Yeah,
Well,
dude,
check this out.
I've been there. Have you been there?
No, I haven't. Well, they had a swimmer throw up 10 times just because he went into that water and took a dive and was swimming, and literally had swimmers throwing up
Why did they get in there?
because they had to swim. They had to, look at him puking. Oh, we actually have to admit our next guest. We'll get into that later. We'll get into that a little bit more later. Let's admit this next guest.
They didn't have any pools?
Apparently, there's an event where you have to swim in like a natural body of water.
That's hilarious.
But we are bringing on right now. We're going to give him some time to get situated, get his audio all set up. But we got Jonathan Hammel coming on. You ready for this, Jack?
Jonathan Hammed.
Yeah, Hammed, as he was called on a Kill Tony. We're going to give him some time to connect his audio, and then we're going to bring him on screen once he's ready. But he's the second part of our doubleheader Kill Tony bucket pools. Cannot wait to get into it.
How exciting.
Yeah, what was he? Kill Tony 673. Him and his buddy got up there. A bucket pool. Talk about like a bucket list moment. You and your buddy probably been watching Kill Tony for a while. You get pulled up, both of you on stage. They probably partied hard after that.
Yeah, dude. The one dude who definitely rapped, his buddy definitely is a rapper.
He's a rapper. Oh, yeah, that's a white rapper right there. I think they're from Cincinnati, Ohio, I think I remember, but we're going to get into it in a little bit. We're going to give him some time to connect.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, that's right. He works at the airport. Yeah, I remember all this. He's got a great stash.
Were we waiting on his audio?
Yeah, I think we're just waiting on his as soon as... Oh, wait.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, it works.
Okay, we got you loud and clear now. Can you hear us?
Yeah. I was sitting here like I heard you say waiting on my audio. I'm like sitting here like I think it's working.
Here we go. We're going to bring him on screen right now. We got Jonathan Hammel, the great Jonathan Hammel from Kill Tony 673, I believe.
That sounds right. Yeah.
All right. So can you see us and you can hear us?
Yeah, I can see and hear you.
Perfectly, bro. So glad to have you on. Thank you for coming on. Where are you broadcasting
thanks
from
for
right
inviting
now?
me.
So where are you broadcasting in from right now? Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Cincinnati?
Yeah, close enough.
Awesome, man. So you and your buddy got on Kill Tony. That must have been like a bucket list kind of moment. Did you guys party really hard after that?
To some degree, yeah, for sure. It was pretty surreal, was really hoping to get up there, as we all are. Only put my name in the bucket 2 times and got up the second time, so it was pretty awesome.
That's pretty good. I mean, 50%, very, very good odds. You're a lucky fella.
Right?
Were you in the crowd
Very
both
lucky.
times you signed up?
Hmm?
Were you in the crowd both times you signed up?
Yes. I don't think I'll ever sit in the crowd again and sign up though.
Why is that?
Yeah, how come?
I don't know. It was part of like I feel like it almost like pulled away from the experience, especially since he just like had me climb up on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask
Because
about
like
that.
I'm a very like I'm definitely a little bit autistic, ADHD type shit, and like I was like looking forward to that moment of like walking up the stairs.
Oh
and
my
being like,
gosh.
okay,
Yeah.
you know, like you have your like
You got your
the
vision.
things you say to yourself, like, okay, high energy, don't do this, definitely do that. Walk and then walk out and go. You know, I was looking forward to parting the curtain and being like,
That's
here
a good
I
point.
am, you know.
It seemed
And,
you seemed a little bit flustered coming up there because Tony was very aggressive. Jonathan, no, come up right here.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
save
like, no,
40
don't do-
seconds. Yeah.
For a second, I thought he was going to tell me like, don't bother.
Wow.
Or
Yeah.
some shit.
I mean-
well, I mean, you know, no, Jonathan, turn around. I'm like, what?
He can be
What
such
did
an
I do?
asshole.
I already fucked up.
Yeah, he can be such an asshole, and I know I would be nervous dealing with Tony because I mean he's just so particular about things and all that. But you did good. I liked your opening joke because it was clever. The wheelchair joke, you could probably
I
punch
wrote
it
that
up a
there
little
and I
bit.
shouldn't have done it.
Okay, that was too new. It was too new.
Yeah.
But it was I mean,
uh,
crippling porn addiction. I was in a computer chair. That's a wheelchair, right? I get it.
Right.
I get it.
I thought
It
it was
went
really
over
clever.
people's heads.
They didn't necessarily like it that much, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it was really the Tony moment in the beginning that kind of stopped that joke from kind of gaining steam. Because if you had came out of the curtain like you said, you would have been much more relaxed. You would have said, hello, my name is, Jonathan. And then you would have gotten to that
Right.
joke a little bit smoother. So I blame Tony for that.
I agree. He sucked the life out of the room.
He did.
Yeah, but if I ever get, I'll say it like this: when I get a chance to talk to him, I'll suggest that it throws off the flow of the show in a way. Like, granted, it is a sink or swim situation, and it just made it more of a sink or swim situation for me. So I get why he probably will never change it because it's like ever so slightly. And because of me and him both climbing up there, maybe one more person got pulled that night. So
Yeah.
And
I don't know, silver linings.
another
Yeah.
joke that I noticed on your Instagram, I actually really liked your pronoun joke on your Instagram. I think that's a pretty funny joke.
Oh, honestly, I'm trying to remember which one you're talking about.
Oh, you said let me
yeah,
just pull it up.
yeah,
Let me pull it
that's
up.
from my first open mic.
Yeah, his,
wow,
his
nice.
pronouns are the, she, it. So the shit.
Oh, that. Oh,
I like
okay.
that. I don't know if you got that from like a street joke or whatever, but I thought that was pretty good. And when I saw that, I laughed. I LOL'd.
Yeah, I was sitting around one day. I kind of forget it's even in there because I was just drunk. Like, I'm the, she, it. Okay.
Yeah. His
That's
pronouns
going
are
in
the, she,
Instagram.
it. Is that a
Doing that
street
right
joke,
now.
or did you write that?
I mean, I don't remember seeing it somewhere else, but
It's right there. It's right there.
yeah, it's right there.
It's right there.
I guarantee I wasn't the first one.
There could definitely be parallel thinking, but I could tell you have a good comedic mind. I like that kind
I
of thing.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I remember what it was now. I think somebody insulted somebody else by calling them she, it.
Mm.
And then I just went, the she. It.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I think that was actually it. Actually, that was it.
And something else that stuck out to me is you got a nice laugh, which is good for a comic. Your Burt Kreischer's of the world. Like, you definitely got to lean into that laugh. The laugh is infectious that you got.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I haven't really heard that much.
Really? Did
At
you
all.
notice his laugh, Jack?
Yeah. I noticed that you laughed along with a lot of stuff, which is nice.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't take it.
Yeah, good sport.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was not prepared for when I entered comedy. I thought everybody was going to be like me, an outcast that was picked on and bullied and like had super thick skin. And then there are these people out here I could be like, why are you wearing that? And they'd be like, what do you mean? I'm wearing it. Like super. I did not expect to meet thin-skinned comics like left and right. And like maybe good for them for not having the trauma, I suppose. But like I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of trauma in that mustache, bro. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It should be blonde.
Yeah.
Yes, I
When
must.
when you stepped up on the stage, I heard someone yell something, and you yelled something about shut your face or something back to them.
Yeah, what he said.
What did they say?
He said something like, "What's that on your face?"
Oh, okay.
or something like that.
You're right. I have that written down too, Jackie. Yeah. That's good.
so
That's
annoying that some random guy yelled during your minute.
Dude, so
I thought that was weird too. I almost feel like Tony should have like complimented me for like at least just like not focusing on it and shutting it down.
Yeah, so
because I feel like that's
you had 2 hurdles to jump over there.
That's what I was just about to say. You got bombarded in the very beginning. You got Tony yelling at you, and then you got some asshole in the crowd yelling at you. So
Right.
you did good considering.
right. I think all things considered, I did decent. I was beating myself up about it
Because Tony made it seem like you did
afterwards.
really bad. He really did.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I mean, yeah, I said it to him. I was like, I didn't think I did that bad.
I mean, think
I
about
didn't
it.
think I did that good, but I didn't think I did that bad.
He gave
know?
your friend a big joke book and gave you a small joke book. He's literally trying to divide you right there on stage, trying to.
right.
So that was kind of weird.
In my mind, I wondered if he was like, okay, so this guy dresses like an easy target. Can he handle it?
You talking about your friend or Tony? Because Tony dresses like a.
I think Tony
asshole.
thought that about me because I wear the
Okay.
Adidas tracksuits. I got the silly mustache.
New Jersey Pirate.
Like,
yeah.
I dress like a very easy target, and some people do that and they're not prepared for it.
You look like a comedian to me. You really do.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, you do. But you are an airport worker. Do you still work at the airport?
Oh yeah, I'm
All right.
I'm probably not leaving the airport until this actually takes off.
Yeah, solid gig though.
You know.
Hey, that's an airport
Yeah.
joke. You're a funny guy. Takes
Yeah.
off. You hear that, Jack? Oh man.
I didn't even.
What's better, the summer or the winter over there? De-icing or loading for DHL?
I'd say loading for DHL because that's what I started originally.
Gotcha. The de-icing seems
I
pretty
like being
interesting.
around the planes.
Yeah, cool.
So how long had you and Jason been watching Kill Tony?
He's actually the huge fan.
Okay.
Not that I'm not now,
Mhm.
but like he was like, "Have you watched Kill Tony before?" I'm like, "I've heard of it." And then like I started watching with him 9 months ago, 10 months ago or whatever when I twisted his arm very easily into start doing stand up.
Well, he had a George Floyd joke that really did well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He and he, refaced it a little bit for the month and the holiday, which was perfect. I think the first time he did it was in February, so he said Black History Month.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then he got to change it to Pride Month and Juneteenth, which
Yeah, that got a big pop out of the crowd. I'm sure he was proud of that. So you all have been doing stand up for how long, would you say?
I'd like to say I'm in it for about 2-3 years, but I took a year off, so it's almost like I started over.
Cool. And I've noticed on your Instagram profile, you've been on some stages, bro. You had the Hilltop, the Shakespeare, Creek in the Cave, Commonwealth. Are these all like Go Bananas? Are these all different venues?
Yeah. Shakespeare's was in Austin. Shoot. All the other ones. Yeah. All the other ones you listed were. Oh yeah, you see my Shakespeare's, the Hilltop. That's a bar I run shows at. Creek in the Cave was in Austin. Commonwealth is in Northern Kentucky.
So how
Go
often are you going to
Bananas is
Austin,
in
Texas?
Cincinnati.
Because as a Cincinnati guy, how often are you going to Texas?
That was my first time, but now it's going to be as often as I can.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, like, you're not afraid to go on stage. That's what I can tell. How was your set at the Creek in the Cave? I always hear about that venue, don't you?
Yeah, I've been there a few times. It used to be in Brooklyn.
I actually had one of those nights where there was literally nobody but me and the host.
Okay. Still good to get on stage.
Yeah, I did crowd work for somebody that wasn't there and
Nice.
just had fun with it.
Oh, my God. Hey, man, is what it is. Is what it is.
I made it into a clip because I was like, this is a better clip than it is a performance, obviously, because there's
Nice.
literally no crowd.
You can always save it with the YouTube shorts or the Instagram reels. You can always save it there.
There's a crowd there.
Right. I tried to upload a bunch of that stuff before the Kill Tony episode aired because I didn't have a lot on the internet. And I figured if somebody's going to look at my name, I want them to at least find something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to talk about Jason a little bit. He really seems like a good friend. Like, Tony was kind of trying to drag you through the mud a little bit. He was like, no, I've seen him kill before. I've seen him do good. And he actually tagged your name in my post when I posted about you or, this show in the Kill Tony Facebook group.
Right.
So a solid friend right there, Jason, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, we've known each other since we were like 16.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And we're both 39.
Wow.
We had a big period of time where we didn't hang out from about the end of high school till like 9, 10 months ago.
Hey.
But I've known him a long time. Try to do, we have our ups and downs, but we try to do bro things for each other, like tag each other and shit, share each other's stuff, because we talked about it beforehand, like try to rope in whoever gets pulled, try to rope in to get the other one pulled up.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, that really is
And,
it's a bucket list moment, wasn't it for you? Was that like a top 10, top 5 moment for your life or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, it was definitely exhilarating. I really wanted it, and I can't wait to go back and have it pulled again. I think one of my biggest things I regret, though, is I wrote a roast for Tony the second he walked out on stage, and I didn't use it.
What was it? If you don't mind, spilling it, you might want to save it for the next
Do you remember
episode.
what he was wearing?
Probably
he
a
was wearing-
turtleneck or something ridiculous,
It was
something
like
stupid as fuck.
like a windbreaker type jacket that's white with like blue stripes.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say he looked like he got back from the gay Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, he had a good joke on you with the New Jersey Pirate. But yeah, Tony is one of the worst dressers in Hollywood, or whatever you want to call it, in show business. He's always looking like an ass, if you ask me. I mean, the turtleneck and a jacket.
He kind of did that on purpose. Whereas, like, I'm gonna dress like whatever the fuck I think looks cool, and if people rag on me, I get my opportunity to just lay into them.
Yeah, there we go. There's the outfit from your
outfit.
episode. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. He's consistent with it, too. He's always wearing something stupid.
Weirdo.
Oh, yeah. It was fun, though. He lit me on fire. I thought it was a good time.
And you're a good sport, man. I like that laugh. You really did your thing with that. And I got a couple questions for you. What are some of your early comedic influences? We're talking movies that you watched when you were young, maybe some stand-up comedians, some early stuff.
When I was really young, I actually wanted to be a comic when I was like in grade school, but I just, had shitty childhood stuff that made me derail. But I was really big into, like Carlin and Rodney Dangerfield when I was younger, of course, and Eddie Murphy. Of course, I liked Chris Rock when I was a teenager a lot. He was on fire.
Perfect.
I try to look at all of them to some degree because I think, for the most part, they all have something to teach you. Dave Attell, though, might be like...
He's one of my favorites, too.
Yeah.
I thought his latest
Dave
special was
Chappelle,
really
of course,
good. His latest special on Netflix was it was short, but it was really good. I loved it.
Oh, yeah. I think he's what I like to consider one of the only working comics that's still currently working comics that's almost like the last of that era, like that older generation of stuff. I don't know, like that just completely willing to do street jokes and just say bullshit.
He's such a master. And speaking of specials and masters, you had Papa Joe Rogan on the panel for your episode, right? Didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Did you see his new special last night?
I haven't watched it yet, but if the haters are anything to go off of, I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was decent. I didn't like it as much as Strange Times. I really liked Strange Times, which was his last special, but it was good. I was laughing a couple times.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, Strange Times, dude, that one was fire.
I thought it was fantastic.
It had the whirlwind of topical. It was great.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with this latest one. But was it any more nerve wracking knowing that Joe Rogan was up there in his own comedy mothership?
Honestly, I did pretty good about just not focusing on that.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, I tried to just not even think about him standing there and just look off at the crowd because I don't know. Shoot, I didn't even realize how little Joe Rogan liked me till I watched the episode.
I thought you were going to say I didn't realize how little he was because he's a tiny little guy.
Well, I'm short too, so I wouldn't say it. I'm only 5'6"
Actually, he literally admits that he's short in his latest special. It's the first time I've ever heard him say that. You ever heard him say I'm short?
I guess not. Yeah. No,
he says it in his latest special. He's finally owning it.
That's good because he is like
5'8".
Yeah, see, I can't call him short. He's taller than me.
And something else that I always notice with the bucket pools, you did the cardinal sin. You tried to get a handshake afterwards, and Tony always hates that shit. And it cracks me up.
I didn't notice that. That's
well,
funny.
you got like a fist bump from everybody, right?
Yeah.
And of
That's
course,
awesome.
He's like, no, don't touch anybody. He's always like hating that so much. But
God,
hey,
that drives me
you
crazy.
got your little souvenir. You got your fist bump from the mighty JRE.
Well, I got one from Tony too.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did. He really kind of
He did. Huh?
went back on his morals and gave you a fist bump.
I must have.
I think I know why to some degree. Well, for one, I like to think it's because he liked me, but realistically, so Red Band had his fist out, and I realized as I was reaching out to fist bump him, he just had his arm across his fucking chair.
Gotcha.
And you just punched
But
his hand.
he went ahead and did it, and then I naturally went to fist bump Tony, and I started to pull back like, no, don't do that. And I think he's seen me realize that I was being a fuck up, and he went, "You want one of these?"
That's
And
what
I
he
was like,
said. Yep, that's exactly what he said.
That's fine.
Jonathan,
You know, I think
Jonathan.
he's seen me go, "Don't do that,"
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's funny.
and was like, "This is quicker. Get
Yeah.
out of here."
And Jack, I know you got some stuff written down. You got some good questions for our boy.
I mean, I think little parallel thinking. We normally write down the same stuff. I think.
Yeah, we do. I mean, you got to highlight the stuff that we notice, and we notice the best stuff.
Yeah, and I wrote down that Tony came at you a little when he said you were doing bad, and you said that you didn't think you did that bad. But that, like, did that hurt you a little bit?
Not really. I mean, I guess kind of, but
Because
it
you
just
seemed
seemed
kind
like
of
one
sad.
of those things where, like, I felt like he should have. I mean, I guess, yeah. I feel like he should have been like, "Hey, you started off pretty soft, but you got a few laughs in there." Instead, he was like that. He basically was like, "That was terrible."
Yeah, then he
And I was
starts
like,
cussing at you, saying you're the only one in during the whole fucking time. You should know this
Yeah.
The
shit.
whole fucking time you couldn't hear the silence.
Yeah. Yeah,
Bro.
you seemed kind of taken aback by that, but
Because you got laughs. You did get laughs. It's not like you didn't get any
Right.
laughs. You did get laughs, and you did hear.
I watched it again and I was like, I thought I got laughs.
yeah.
You know?
And something else I'm wondering is like, what's the Kill Tony bump like? So, what's it been 2 weeks since your performance?
Oh, it's been like 5.
It's been like 5 weeks. Are you getting any more followers? Are you getting any more likes, or is it just like negligible?
I'd say it seems to be a little bit, but nothing insane.
Right.
Like I might have got like another like 50 followers or something like that. But I've had random people like you guys reach out to me and ask for me to be on a podcast. But then I've got the love I've got from people has been kind of intense, even if it's like scarce.
Mm-hmm.
Like just random people send me messages like, "Dude, I think you did better than he's giving you credit for."
That's
or
good.
like, "I actually really liked your set."
So I mean,
Seen
you're over
people
there
on
in
Reddit.
Cincinnati. You probably do open mics in Cincinnati. Have any promoters been like, "You're the Kill Tony guy. We need you tonight." Like they're
No.
desperate to get you. No, you think that would happen, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because
You'd think, but I don't know. I kind of didn't expect it to do much for me in Cincinnati.
Yeah. And-
Cincinnati's a weird. I'm not gonna like actually dog my scene, but like it's a weird place.
hey, they got weird chili and they got weird place. Okay, isn't that your thing? Cincinnati chili. What is that? Am I wrong on that?
Skyline.
No, you're completely correct.
Okay, yeah.
Cincinnati chili it's chili spaghetti. We put chili on top of spaghetti with cheese on top of the chili.
Not bad. Not bad.
With cinnamon and cocoa.
Right.
Because what
In the
surprises
chili.
me about the Kill Tony bump is, I'll give you for instance, our last guest was Jacob Marshall. Did you see Jacob Marshall's interview on the last episode of Kill Tony?
I actually that's the one you sent me a link for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I watched that.
so they got talking about his mom, and the mom literally goes from 60 followers to 45,000 followers. And meanwhile, the comics aren't getting that kind of bump at all. And
wait, no, I'm getting guys confused. I didn't watch his video. I watched your podcast, but he was the guy with the country singer mom.
yeah, so he's got a country singer mom. You know what I mean? He probably got 50 extra followers just like you did, but the mom literally gets 45,000 extra followers. Everyone's looking
Right,
for that
'cause she's
bump,
hot.
you know? Yeah.
No wonder women are like, guys are creeps.
Yeah. And she
A
got
bunch of guys are just like, I'd fuck her.
Yeah. I mean, Ari was
Oh,
totally
sorry, can
Googling
I
her.
curse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fuck
didn't
yeah, you
ask.
can.
You just shut it down. Block on everything.
Literally, you could say anything. I mean, YouTube is a little crazy with certain words, but that particular F
Right.
word is going to be fine tonight. Okay. As long as you keep it to that one. And
Okay.
any behind the scene moments that we should know about? I mean, anything at the bar across the street, anything behind that curtain, any good
Well,
stuff
he was
like
in the
that?
crowd. So
Oh yeah, that's right. You were in the crowd.
Yeah, they didn't even let me go behind the curtain. I feel like I missed out on an opportunity. I did like that, even though I got off stage kind of thinking Tony like told me I did awful. Like almost everybody in arm's reach around my table like stood up to give me a fist bump. It was like, good shit, man.
Nice.
Yeah, because
Very
they're
brave,
like,
or
we
like
didn't have
whatever,
the
you
balls
know?
to sign up. So congratulations.
I'd say meeting like just random comics at the mothership was kind of cool. Like I ran into what's his name? Heath. The
Well,
little
Nice,
guy.
he's a little guy.
Oh, Heath. Yeah, yeah.
Celia.
All
That guy.
all of Tony's a cast of freaks over there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
He
like a
was super
circus.
cool though. I made a joke about him being short or something. I was like, dude, it's cool. I'm barely taller than you. And he was like, you really are. And I was like, so we're cool then. He was like, oh yeah, you short piece of shit. Whatever.
So did you hit the bars really hard afterwards? I mean, you and Jason, you get up there. Did you hit the bars like super hard, get crazy?
There was a couple. I tried to be smart and not get too drunk every night, but there was one night I got so annihilated that I took myself off the list and just went back to the hotel.
Oh my God, really?
I met Ari Shafir that night, and I
Whoa.
was annihilated.
That makes sense. He probably slipped you something.
That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
he probably slipped you something.
He was a class act, man. I just gave him the like, hey, nice to see you, and was just gonna keep moving. And he pushed past somebody and shook my hand.
Wow.
It was
That's
nice
nice.
to meet you. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, he's cool. He really seems like a man of the people. That's a nice Jew right there.
Oh, for sure. Like and I met Mark Norman the night before. Like, that,
Hey,
or something
comedy.
like that. He's super cool because a buddy of mine, well, I say buddy, but he's just a comedy friend. Blake Hammond from Cincinnati, he opens for him when he comes to town.
Nice. Well, now I got to bring this up. I mean, we're from Salisbury, Maryland. You've never heard of that, right?
Exactly.
I like your steak.
I booked Mark Norman for a show one time. That's how cool he is.
Yeah.
Wow.
$1,500 for 2 shows. He came and did it. Isn't that crazy, man?
That is crazy.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause, I mean,
So I'm always going to be indebted to Mark Norman. He's one of my favorites. He was really, really funny, really, really nice. And he came all the way from New York to Salisbury, Maryland and did a show. It was incredible.
That's probably one of
for
the last times.
$1,500.
Yeah, 2 sold out shows. It was very nice.
It's probably the last time I'll ever do something like
I mean,
that.
it practically cost me and my buddy that to go to Austin.
Yeah, right? I mean, he hated it too in a way. He was like, where the hell am I at a Red Lobster in Maryland? Like, this is crazy. It wasn't really a Red Lobster, but that's what he called it. But yeah, Mark's awesome. Mark's awesome.
Yeah, it seemed like a real class act. Very
Mhm.
friendly, very nice, very funny, very gay.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I love Tuesdays
And,
with Stories. Any podcast that you like listening to, comedy podcast?
I actually kind of stopped watching them when I started doing stand up.
Yeah.
I was watching a lot of like Two Bears, One Cave, and of course, Bill Burr's Rage, whatever he calls it, the Monday morning
Oh,
podcast,
yeah, yeah.
and the third, it's just him talking in his car.
Mhm.
Those are always fun.
And I really like Whitney Cummings.
Okay.
The Good For You podcast. I think that one's I don't know. I like that when you get to see the comics talk shop, and I was kind of like, oh, so that's a thing. Okay, write that down.
That is a good
Um,
good utilization of these comedy pods. Me and Jack, we like Red Bar. You ever watch Red Bar?
It's called Red Bar
Oh, you have to check out Red Bar. You've never checked out Red Bar? Spelled exactly
Red
how it
Bar.
sounds.
podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, check it out. Oh my God, it's crazy. He just makes fun of all the comics.
So you might.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. I mean, I like roasting. I run a roast show here in Cincinnati.
Oh, cool, man. What's it called?
It doesn't have a fancy name.
That's cool. How often do you do it?
Like, I did one. It was just a roast battle. There's nothing on the page about it, honestly. I'm a failure for that.
No, you're good.
No, but it's just we roast one person.
Oh, okay.
So like, they just sit, like the most recent one was for my birthday and we roasted the shit out of me. I got like 12 comics
Damn.
to come
Just
out and roast.
bunch
Brutal.
of mustache jokes.
Yeah, and jokes about me being a big Swiftie and looking like I kidnap kids. And
You like Taylor
Um,
Swift a lot?
yeah,
Cool. Yeah, she's good.
seen her night one here in Cincinnati.
Damn.
Really?
This guy's
Row
loaded.
15.
That's awesome. Wait, you did
Oh,
see
yeah.
her or you are seeing her?
No, I seen her for the first leg of the U.S. tour.
Okay.
Hey,
last year.
just like Joe Rogan, she gets a bunch of hate because she's so good, right?
Yeah, I mean, for real,
Yeah.
it's silly. You know, she is CO2 though, I guess.
And we don't want to take too much of your time tonight, but I was just wondering, who's your favorite Kill Tony regular?
My favorite. I'm really bad with names. Maybe
you're not the biggest Kill Tony guy. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. It's either Cam or that Estonian guy that I always forget his name.
I like Ari. The Estonian. I think he's my favorite right now.
Yeah, it might be Ari, the Estonian. But Cam Patterson is definitely a close second because he's just, I don't know, maybe he just reminds me of some of the dudes I used to buy bricks of weed from.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my god, yeah, Cam's pretty good.
He's relatable.
Yeah.
yeah, like he just seems like a guy that you'd like to hang out with, which is what you kind of want to be when you're up there.
He'll probably be in Cincinnati soon. He's doing a lot of touring.
Oh, he just was.
Yeah.
The night before last
Oh, really?
at Liberty Funny Bone. Yeah, I missed it, but yeah, he was just here.
Cool, man. Well, Jack, you got anything else for Jonathan?
I think that's it.
All right, Jonathan, anything else you want to tell our fans before we let you go? Really appreciate you coming on our podcast.
Oh no, I appreciate you having me. I hope that I get pulled again, and you guys maybe want to interview me again.
For sure.
Maybe just people follow me on anything at J Hammel Comedy. That's all of the platforms. If you don't find me on there, then Instagram is the main one. Other than that, I really enjoyed being on here, and have your pet spayed or neutered.
Yeah, thank you.
Well said, Jonathan. Have a good rest of your night, and we're going to probably tag in some clips and stuff like that and really chop it up. So have a good one, bro.
You too. Have a good night.
All right, Jack, we did it. We did a doubleheader of Kill Tony Bucket Pools without our Lord and Savior, Mike Tall.
Who's the Price is Right host that always says that? Have your pet
Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
Bob Barker. And his name is Barker. Did you ever make that connection? Like, seriously.
He loves dogs.
Is that why he does it?
Because his name's Barker.
Yeah, his family.
And he's the one in the...
Yeah, he's in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Which they announced the second one. I'll probably be watching, but it's not
Are
going to
they
be
really making that?
They are. It's going to be on Netflix.
Yeah, straight to Netflix.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be the most popular Netflix movie ever, right? Because
It
Adam
will.
Sandler just kills on Netflix.
Yeah. He is he's made them so much money. So much money. He did that. The latest thing he did was that Leo animated movie about a lizard. It was a kids movie.
About that?
Yeah, he did a kids movie where he voiced an animated lizard.
It was showing me something the other day with Jennifer Aniston where they were going on vacation, and I was like, how many times is he going to go on vacation in a movie with Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah, that happens a lot. It's almost like I can't figure out which movie it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was just like it was an advertisement on Netflix, and like it advertises it to you on Netflix, even though you've never watched anything like that. Dude, they push Adam like crazy.
He had a weird
Sandman.
trajectory. He was the hottest movie star comedian ever, and then he goes like Jack and Jill phase. Everyone just hates him. And then he kind of builds it back up. Everyone loves him again.
He was still getting paid that whole time.
Yeah, he was.
But he put out the Zohan in there, which was great.
And Zohan, I thought was shit when it came out, but I watched it recently, and it's pretty funny. Pretty funny.
The foot.
Yeah. Like, that is comedy. You got to get it out your own ass when you think that's not funny, right?
Yeah.
Right. Stuff like that.
I love silly stuff.
Me too.
But I mean, I got stories, but we should save them for Mikey, right?
Yeah, we can definitely wrap. I mean, we did our thing with the Kill Tony Bucket Pools, episode 6, season 4.
Yeah, and I got to go bathroom bad, as Red Bar would say.
Well, let's wrap. How do we do this without Mike? I don't know.
Bye.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next time. Shut My Mouth Wide
See
Open
you next time.
podcast. Appreciate y'all.
We don't have any royalty-free music to play. Bye.